Am I overreacting for refusing to let my wife's work husband come on our family vacation? My wife, 34 female, and I, 36 male, have been married for 8 years, 2 kids together. She recently started a new job where she's gotten really close to one of her coworkers. She calls him her work husband and says it's all jokes and office banter, nothing serious. At first I brushed it off, but over time she started texting him outside work hours, laughing at his jokes constantly, and even FaceTiming him once when we were on a weekend trip with our kids. I finally told her it was getting weird, and she told me to stop being insecure. Partner says they have a problem with it. And your reaction is to just tell them to calm the f down. That's a red flag. Last week, she asked if he could come with us on our summer vacation to the lake house. She said he has no family around and could use the break. I said, absolutely not. This is our family time, and I don't want some random guy tagging along, especially someone she flirts with all day. She got mad and said I was being controlling. Her exact words were, I'm not even allowed to have friends now. I told her it's not about friends, it's about boundaries. She's still mad and says I embarrassed her by making a big deal out of nothing. So, am I overreacting? Question, why is she willing to bring work hubby around her 2 kids?
It's weird. And I understand that you can have friends of the opposite sex, but if your partner says that this makes them uncomfortable and that's not like in every guy, like everyone you interact with, like I think there's some partners will say like anyone that you're around makes them uncomfortable. That's a red flag on their part. I'm saying if this is not the norm.
We've seen that happen.
Yes, exactly. If this is not the norm for them and this is something he's saying, hey, this makes me uncomfortable. I feel like as a partner, you definitely need to listen to that and be responsive. Yeah, be responsive and be respectful and understand that he's coming from a place that makes him feel uncomfortable. And I think as partners, we have to recognize that and put boundaries ourselves in place to make sure that we don't make our partner feel this way.
So, okay. And if your partner alerts you to something like that, where I'm trying to get is trust your partner's gut, because they can see things and feel things that you may be oblivious to. But at bare minimum, respect their feeling enough to reflect on the relationship that you have and evaluate it and audit it and see if there is anything inappropriate there. If your first reaction is to get defensive, that's a red flag. And it should be a red flag to you.
I would agree. And I think that if you respect your spouse, you're going to listen to them. And the fact that she is just brushing it off and making him feel bad about saying, hey, I'm feeling weird about this, that's very disrespectful and means that you don't respect them.
Agreed. He embarrassed her because she had already said yes, 100%. I agree with that. And also, Brittany said, congrats, OP. Your wife has a boyfriend.
Yeah,
yes, and Elise makes an interesting point here. Maybe she's trying to warm him up to a throuple. Again, why is she inviting him on a trip where the kids are going to be present? We don't know their name or their ages, but still, it's like,
yeah,
it feels weird. It all feels weird.
I would agree. I did, and the fact that she's just so willing to just like make it his problem and not like them working together to come to a common ground is like. It's that to me is the weirdest part.
So there is one side of this weird. Where she maybe her play here is like it is platonic. We're just friends. The title of the work husband doesn't help that situation, right? Mm-hmm. But maybe she's thinking if I invite him on a family trip, that proves it's platonic and just friendly because I'm willing to have him around my husband. I'm willing to have him around my kids. In trying to create like an Uncle Tony kind of situation, but the way she's going about it is she's just trying to like steamroll it instead of letting it be a mutual decision with everybody being comfortable and knowing the person ahead of time. Navy Thunder calls Tony Spark Uncle Tony, right?
I think the part too is she recently started this job.
Yeah,
like this is
we don't know how recent is, but
this is a new thing for her and their relationship. So I'm like, that's still like, and she's already inviting him on vacation.